Welcome to a new day in Empyrion Galactic Survival, and here we are. We're stood on the rear ramp of my capital vessel for a very specific reason. That is that what I want to do is bring in my new hover tank, and we're going to take a look at that. But before that, I just want to give you a bit of an update of where I am. I'm currently down in this area here. You can see off camera I've done quite a lot of exploring, turned up quite a lot of resources. I think up here is the water generator. This is where we landed at the end of the last video. And this is turning into quite an interesting planet. You can see it's got lots of resources on it. It's got lots of estrum, we've got some pentaxid, we've got promethium, we've got magnesium, all resources that I want to mine out. But this planet presents a number of fairly unique challenges in the sense that we've got lots of spitting bugs and higher tier spiders here, so wandering around the planet itself is not particularly that easy. Plus, at the same time, we've got acid rain and the terrain's quite rough. So for an example, down here, this is the estrum deposit I've been mining recently, and it's in quite an awkward place. And you can also see here I've got Hongo. I found Hongo. So in some ways this could be a starter planet if you were starting in a very hostile environment. And the other thing I've also found is a Crash DSE2 front. I haven't looted any of these. We found quite a lot of submerged tanks and old tanks. Now, I don't know whether these have actually got loot boxes in, but we're certainly trying to take a look at these. You can see how many I've found on my travels. So there could be some good loot in some of those boxes there. And the other thing I want to talk about before we get into the hover tank is I'll say a big thank you for your suggestions on where we're going to go in the galaxy. Someone suggested going to see the Krill, but warned me that I need a better ship to take them on, because this ship isn't really armed high enough to deal with that. And I think having a combat CV is going to be quite important. But then that leaves me with the dilemma of, do I get rid of this one or do I take it with me? Which has now led me into a thought process about maybe building a space carrier, which would be quite a long-term project. That's something I want to do. So I've got a whole list of things I want to do. But the main thing I really want to do is work on this planet at the moment. But first thing we're going to do is get out here and we're going to bring in the new hover tank. The vegetation here is a little bit interesting. So we're going to bring in the hover tank, get it in here. You can see, well, you probably can't see that well because we're in the middle of terrain, but oh, better break that because you can see how much estrum I had with the Merc. So we're bringing the Thalicus assault tank. This is very much an assault tank. And so I'll give you a tour in a minute. Let me just get some fuel in here. And we can put some pentaxid in as well, because this has got a shield generator. To construct out, I think we can just drop in some of those, bring the ship alive. Pentaxid. Might not be able to get. We got a little bit. I don't want to put too much pentaxid in, but at the same time, things are going. And oh, there's a core there. The only thing this ship seems to be missing is a health station. I might put one of those in. It doesn't have any real storage. I mean, if I show you here, go through the devices, you can see it's only got 4 small cargo boxes on it. So this is, but it's got 2 reasonable sized ammo boxes on here. So this is definitely not a general purpose loot ship. This is one for taking the battle to the opposition. So we're certainly going to need to take out that. Well, we'll leave drones. We're not going to be fighting capital vessels. Certainly not going to be taking out warp drives and generators. Thrusters, so we're just going to set that. And if we come to here, just to show the ammunition that this hover vehicle needs, we need 50mm bullets, 130mm HMSL, and a plasma charge and artillery shells. So it's quite a serious ship to be out and about with. You can see I've got the rocket launchers are on the side here. There we've got 4 rocket turrets, 4 plasma turrets, an artillery turret, and a single minigun turret on the end here. I think what I might do is change the configuration occasionally, depending on what planet we're on, because technically what I could do is take the 2 plasma turrets off the front here, and we could put a couple of minigun turrets on here for this planet, and then maybe we'll then change the configuration again when we get to somewhere that's really hostile. Anyway, I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to load this tank up, get a little bit of height, and we're just going to load the hover tank on board. Hopefully I'll be able to take off the CV. There's no actual armed hostiles. I mean, to be honest, there's no armed hostiles on this planet, but there's a lot of creepy crawlies and stuff like that. So we're just going to drop this down. There we are. And of course we're going to turn all the power off. There should be some fridges on this ship, hopefully. Equipment. The artillery turrets. Then again, this ship's never going to be operating far from... There, you can see there's the shield generator. And we will put some ammunition in this eventually, but not just at the moment. So that's the hover tank out, ready to go. Oops. I couldn't have got much closer to the front if I tried. That means I'm probably going to... We do with moving it back a little bit, actually. Sorry about this. And the power on. Just move it back a smidge. I can walk in front of it. Like that. Any downside with these is the interior, but that's the way it goes. If you want these, that means I can walk in front, get to my constructors. Don't need oxygen. We need food. Going through the food again, but food's not a problem. I'm sure there's been an update that's changed these, because I'm sure the meat burgers are only 150. Or am I getting a bit delusional? What are you doing there? This is my anti-radiation stuff. These have definitely been increased. Well, we'll take a veggie burger. If you look up in the top left-hand corner there, you'll see there has been an update, but I haven't actually checked any patch notes to see what was actually in that update. Anyway, I'm in the wrong place. What I want to do next is just get into here, get back to the SV, and finish off what I was doing before I started the video. And if I come in here, you'll see that I come to come here. You'll see I've got 1,348 Estrum here, and that is the result of mining out a large deposit over there. And you can see how that's really pushed up some of my Estrum deposit, although we got quite a lot there. If I jump in the ship here, and the Estrum deposit is, just to show you an idea of what the terrain's like. Estrum deposit, where are you? Okay, we'll just have to re-tag it. I did tag it, but please remove on approach. It disappeared. So it's up in this. This gives you an idea of some of the problems with the resources on this planet and what makes this mining CV so useful. If I get in here, you can just see the Estrum through there, and you can see it's still 54 meters away. So what I've actually had to do is mine out some of this stuff I can get the ship in a bit closer. This is what I've been doing. So I haven't actually been using the ship to mine the Estrum, just to get a little bit closer. And the reason for that is this area is inhabited by spiders that spit. Just take out a little bit more. Pop down. What we'll do is shove in there very quickly. And what I've actually, I think I could probably mine from here. Actually, let's get rid of that. Just open that, tidy that a little bit up a bit. One thing I've been doing to deal with the acid rain is doing this and then just pushing me into the turret like that. And then it means that what I can do, just make sure I've got the connections. I can leave the stone there. Make the connection. And what it means is I can now come in here and pick up the do the mining, and I don't have to worry about any creatures attacking me. Well, because I'm inside the ship. Also, it doesn't mean I have to worry about acid rain, and more importantly, if any bugs come along and start spitting at me, the polarized shield protects the ship. So we're just going to come in here and pick out the rest of this Estrum. I really want to get as much of this Estrum and other resources as possible, because this will drive the almost the rest of this Let's Play, to be honest. Take that. Anyway, I'll be right back once I've finished mining out the rest of this. Just picking up the last little bit. And that should be it all. Just come here. Jump in the ship. Pull away. And we hit this with a scan, it's all picked up. And just to show you there, I've got another 1100 Estrum from that deposit. So that large deposit gave me about nearly 3000 Estrum altogether, which is pretty good. And so what we're going to do now is just make our way back to the Pioneer. We can unload this, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next location. We're just going to get into here, level up. So we're just going to come into here. And turn the thrusters off. Getting through the oxygen and fuel, we need to keep an eye on that. And we'll just unload the Estrum into the so you can see we've got 2480 Estrum and some rocks. I can't remember if I've actually got anything in the fridge. You've got a little bit in the fridge, and this is from the spiders and that were attacked me, so we'll just pop that in there. The ship's guns aren't firing because I've actually switched them off because I got fed up with them wasting ammunition while I was flying across the surface. I mean, I don't mind killing creatures, but if I kill the creatures, I want to be able to find them. Just going to get into here. And where are we going to go now? We picked up that Estrum there. I wouldn't really mind. I'd really like to make my way in this direction, but maybe we'll keep going with the sun at the moment. Maybe head. I mean, there's a medium-sized Estrum there. I mean, Hongo is one of the old starter buildings. I don't think there's much there. Actually, let's just see what's going on. Let's turn the thrusters on. Just see what's around. There's a whole load of resources that way. See what I mean? So much stuff down here. I'm kind of attracted to the idea of going south and seeing what's down here. So that's where we're going to be going. The closest resources are over there, 3 kilometers away. And while we're actually doing some travelling, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the project that I've got in mind. That is to build a carrier. It's going to be a very big project, and we're going to really need to loot down some capital vessels for the blocks, because what I'm thinking is building a carrier capable of carrying this capital vessel, possibly with a hook area for another capital vessel, at least 3 or 4 SVs, and a location for 1, possibly 2 hover tanks. So we are talking quite a serious ship. But the problem I got is I don't really want to spend 10-20 parts building the ship on the thing. It's a magnesium deposit there. It's a little small magnesium deposit there. Yeah, I don't want to spend kind of 20 parts building it. So the dilemma I've got is that I want to be able to move the ship with me as we travel, if that makes sense. So I do have an idea. I think we should be able to get this magnesium deposit. Magnesium is going to be quite important, but we should be able to get it from the back here. We can probably mine this on foot if I can find it. Where are you, magnesium? Right, it looks like the magnesium deposit is virtually right underneath the ship. So what we should be able to do is put that on there. I always like it. Want the MXC, want the Pioneer. We'll just hook directly to the there it is there. There's going to be smack bang. A little bit of brake parking there. So as I'm mining out this magnesium, I'm just going to talk about what I'm thinking with respect to building this carrier. And what I want to do is bring in a ship, which I have in mind, which I'll explain in a minute. That will act as a kind of, we can say, construction hub with a warp capability and thrusters. And then we will start to build the carrier off of that. And what we will do is we will be building the carrier in space, because I've got absolutely no intention of this carrier ever landing on a planet. This is going to be very much a spaceborne ship. I think that is about it. I don't think there's anything else here. So we're just, yeah, that was only a tiny little bit of magnesium, but magnesium is magnesium. Yep. Anyway, I suppose I better explain what I'm talking about rather than rambling on. So I come into the workshop and we come to here. Now, if any of you have followed my channel for a little while, you'll be aware of the famous toaster. This was a starter capital vessel I used back in, as you can see here, it says Alpha 10.5. And it is junk. I'm not pretending that it's anything special. It's got no weapons, and it literally does look like a flying toaster. But it's a nice square shape. And I have an idea that what I can do with this is actually use this as a core engine room to build the carrier off, and then as the carrier takes shape, I can then take the toaster apart, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do. Well, we got Zircosium, we got Saphium. Well, you can see this is an absolute minimal ship. I mean, you don't get any lower than this thing. I mean, it's going to take 55 minutes. I don't think I've got any. I mean, I could be a cheapskate and just use some of the resources from my building supplies. I mean, I've got quite a lot of junk here. We got some heavy windows. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this junk. Actually, what I could do is get rid of some of the. We've got a tier 1 fuel tank. CPU extender for an SV. Container controller for that can go in as well. Am I ever going to extend? I can build this stuff anyway, so let me just get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, I mean I'm long overdue for having a good tidy up anyway, so just going to put this stuff in. I mean, it's only adding up. Oh, that made a bit of a difference. This should add a little bit more as well. I mean, I probably do need to lighten the ship anyway. And I suppose what I could do... so, I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a tedious process. Hopefully the constructor will accept these. Let's get rid of all these multi-tools. Nobody's ever going to buy them, so... come here. Hopefully this will... yeah, look at that. We can build a capital vessel out of multi-tools. So we'll just keep doing this. Back to here. And just shove these in. Probably put the light in as well if it will take it. Oops, I want that. I'll keep that. What's this? This is an assault rifle. Yeah, let's just get rid of all this low grade weaponry that I've been lugging around. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, we got rid of the hand lamp as well because no one's ever gonna buy that. Just keep dropping this in. I mean, in some ways this is a good way to get rid of all your junk. I think somebody actually left a comment about not being able to put a deconstructor on a capital vessel, and I must admit that is one change I would absolutely love Empyrion to make. It's the one device that you can only have on a base, and I really wish there's a way you could do this. Anyway, so we're just going to keep doing this here. Just keep. And I mean, it is also reducing the creation time, but to be honest, that is irrelevant. Anything else that's... I mean, these are tier 2 weapons. That's a tier 2 multi-tool, so that's okay. Probably get rid of the basic shotguns as well. I think that's about all the junk we can get rid of. Let's just change to here. Anything else in here that I don't really need? Probably don't need a second tier 2 projectile weapon. I probably don't need either of those. Actually, we could probably sell those. Laser pistol. Yeah. So we'll just get rid of those. And shove those in. So what do we need now? Need some titanium rods, cobalt, neodymium. So we're now going to have to go to the constructor in. Put 200 there. Was it cobalt? And I've only got 187 titanium rods. I mean, I could put in. I've got a couple of small thrusters, which, whoops, volume exceeded. Interesting. Okay, let's just put that in. I mean, that will make a difference. This is the Neo. Wow, actually need quite a lot of Neo. And cobalt. Needed more than I thought I needed. Okay, this may be a bit more expensive than I thought it was going to be. Actually, I might not have enough neodymium. Okay, we're going to have to put in... I'm going to have to use some of my... Let's break that link there. What we may have to do is use some of these up. That's a bit disappointing, but never mind. Again, thrusters, an O2 station, bridge, tier 2 fuel tank, O2 oxygen. Put the mid stations in. I want to hang on to the thrusters, and we can get rid of that junk as well. So, yeah, I mean, this is moving things forward a little bit. Putting this in. it's the neodymium that's the problem. Because if I put in my reserves, that's gonna right, we got 6 of these, so maybe I'll just put these in and see how it goes. Go away. Wow. Right, that's taking me within striking distance of the neodymium and everything else now. And what we're going to have to do is loop down those crash ships and get some more thrusters. So we've now got, basically I just need a little bit of everything, don't I? Okay. Break that. Heavy windows. No, I think we're going to go with a precise. There. Must admit, I've got 1,000 cobalt there. There's some saphium. I didn't realise how low on neodymium I actually am. And what we're going to, when I've got titanium plates, I think what we'll do is we'll use some of the titanium plates rather than the rods. We're going to need carbon substrate. They always need carbon substrate. Silicon, copper, and we'll just take it from there. Right, let's get you to. Right, that's that done. Cobalt. Just put, wow, put too much in there. Right, let me just put this in. Split that. Again, okay, that's gone over the top, but that's okay. I'm not that worried. That can go over the top as well. Silicon. I'm just gonna do this manually. It's gonna take a little while to do it. There we are. Got that one there. And split this again. Split this. What's that? It's gonna be 265. Oh, I'm gonna just put it in just to do it. That means I just need some iron now. So we just cancel that. Up to there. Get that back. So we've managed to preserve some of the neodymium. We've got a very big pile of steel plates. So, although then again, I've got a big pile of iron ingots as well. Where are they? Right, I think I'm going to use ingots. So we'll split the difference with that. Because, I mean, ingots are. So we'll just drop that in. And 7. And split that off again. And just add on that there. And there we are. That's now built. We can start the production and kick that off. My second ZV, a pile of rubbish, but that's going to be okay. So we've now got everything worked out here. Could really do with turning some of the estrum into ingots as well. Must admit, I thought I had more resources than this. So we're going to have to work, especially the neodymium. Need to convert the zirconium. Yeah, 226 neodymium isn't very much. Gonna have some food. Let's just keep that. So we're just going to let the toaster build up in preparation for starting our building project. Okay, used outside. Hello. think this is the features my turret guns normally shoot, but because I've turned off my weapons, like, you can get in a lot closer. It means I actually get the bounty of killing him. Let's get back into here. Anyway. So where are we going now? Oh, we were exploring south, weren't we? So, oops. Thrusters on. Just gonna turn south. What we got here? We've got some mystery resources that way as well, so we're just gonna fly in this direction and see what we can find. Of course, it's raining. I have to admit, I enjoyed my slight break where I got away from the heat, and of course, in total British tradition, the moment I decided to go away and escape the heat, the thunderstorms came in and it rained. This Estrum here, so much of it. I'm going to really hate myself to leave it all behind. But what I will most likely do is try and mine that out off camera. Otherwise, I could do probably 4 or 5 parts just mining resources. But I'm interested to see what those question marks are. See, another large Estrum deposit. See the whole. But I say I will do those off camera. Also interested to see that the biome's changing a little bit down here. We're going to have to try and find a planet with neodymium on. Oops, we need to wait for the scanner to recharge. Found some cobalt. Probably could do with picking that up. So I am interested in whatever these 2 question marks are. I've got some copper. Go this way. Zoom in on this guy. Oh, we got a submerged tank here. Just want to check this out and see if this has got anything of any value in it, or whether it's just a. Okay, we're just gonna drop down here. I mean, I certainly don't want to pass up possible of any loot. Just turn the thrusters off. Down we go. There's the submerged tank there. Let's walk underneath our ship. Turn the light on so we can actually see what we're doing. Yep, this should have some loot in and a couple of spiders. We can just pop down in here. And yeah, there's the loot. Whoops. Where's the spiders? Whoops. Hello. Hello. Gotcha. Okay, we got. We should be able to get a direct link to the Pioneer. Same process as ever. We've got some health packs, some shotguns, Sathium. I want neodymium, please, game. We've got some titanium rods, rail guns. I am half thinking about replacing the weapons on the SV with rail guns, but let's see how that goes. There's another one just tucked in here. Ah, neodymium. Yes, we'll take that. And then the next question is, can we scrap this out? Yep. Scrap this out a little bit. Because if I'm going to build a carrier, I'm going to need vast quantities. As I say, if I'm going to build a carrier, I'm going to need vast quantities of raw materials. You know what I mean? Oops, don't need to tax it. Structure in, go there. You up. Okay, we're just gonna get out here. Oops. Yeah. Oops. Structure out. That's refined pentaxid. Let's just hook that up. Should have done that in the first place. And you know. And here we are, back on the surface. And we'll just anyone here, just pick off the steel plates from the top. Relatively easy bit of looting. Definitely feel this is a starter planet. It's got all the characteristics. Oops. It's got all the characteristics of a starter planet. The Hongo, the submerged tanks, the crash ships. Got that there. Let's have a little bit of a sort out. Food, that can go into there. Building materials can go in there. Weapons and ammo. Yeah, I've got that. Gives me 2 railguns, which could be useful. The multi-tool 2. Oops, forgot to put the health kits in. Then the rest can go into constructor in. Let's improve there. That. And just break that link. And away we go again. Oops. And just turn the power back on. Right. Go on, there's another question mark in here somewhere. There it is. And we'll just go take a look, see at this one. Right, we got a crash cockpit here. I think this is just a starter base. We'll just pull in and take a look at this. I'm not expecting to find anything of any real value in here. Whoops. Landed in the water. Yeah. Pteropod here. Hello. What are you doing? Looking at my... Ah! So, this planet may not have hostile POIs on it, but it's still oops. It still has its moments, but one advantage is we're going to get plenty of meat and eggs I think that's about it. I'm just gonna. Oops. It can be a little bit of a tricky. What is that there? So grow plot, still grow plot. Now that could be useful. That won't give me anything. Wow, sounds like there's more of them around. I can spoil food. We can get the nutrient solution back, and we can make the grow plots ourselves. I think. Let's just find somewhere to stand. Then we'll just strip this place out. I know it's risky. Certainly want the antennas. Oops. Wait. Keep forgetting. Player. Food. Raw food. Right in there. Put the nutrient solution in there for the moment as well. Structure out. Put that there. And we'll just take that. Whoops. I thought oh. Keep on forgetting to do that at the moment. I'm not sure why. There's the O2 tank. I doubt very much if there's any going to be. Oops. I doubt very much that there's going to be any O2 or anything in this. These bases don't normally come with anything. Just scrap the ventilator, everything. Let's take this out. Way to do this is just to collapse it. There's a console there. Take that. There's a door. I'm getting a few titanium plates and odds and ends. Saphium, which is going to be useful. Just take this out. Right, I'm just going to finish off looting this down and I'll be right back. Right, I've just picked up the wrong, hit the wrong thing and effectively it fell apart on me, which is okay. But that just means I've just got a bit left to pick up. Just pick that up, pick that up. And oh, that was just loot. So that's it. The crash cockpit is no more. Don't think there's anything else around here. So we'll just. What's that under the ship there? It's quite interesting the different biomes as well on this planet. It's not all one biome. It does vary. You can see down in this part of the planet it's almost habitable. I mean, it's only -25 and we've got some various bits and pieces which we could work with. Where's the I'm just going to jump back into the ship. I mean, I could even explore this area because it's relatively flat with my hover tank. Interesting. interesting concept. Anyway, we've taken a little bit of damage, so we better heal up on the way back. And we'll just get back to the cockpit. So anything else around here? Got more deposits that way, but I'd certainly would like to pick out all this. Maybe the copper and the cobalt. I certainly would like this estrum here before we move on. So we now got 10 out of 25 estrum, and well, I think just throughout the scan, there's lots of resources around here. So this is where I'm going to call it for this part. What I will do is I will mine out all these resources off camera. I certainly want the estrum. I mean, there's another 2,000 estrum there, probably 1,000 there, 1,000 there. So it's probably about 3,000-4,000 estrum there. Got a medium cobalt deposit, which I wouldn't mind getting, and maybe that small copper one. So I'll just mine all this out here, and maybe do a bit of extra exploration. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.